most of
Hello, hello, hello. So for today, we are actually on the way. We're heading to Wilcon Hardware here in Olongapo. And then after that, we will be heading to the bank because it's Friday. So it's the workers' payday tomorrow. We have to make sure that we have extra funds for the workers' salary. And then after that, we're gonna go to the gym. And after gym, we're gonna go to the construction site to check the update and everything. I have a random question, babe. Since we're going to the bank.
Yeah.
During when we were dating.
No, we're not going to rob it now.
Huh? No, we're not gonna rob the bank.
Yeah.
But I wish we could, so that we have funds. Char. So, no, I have a random question. Since you are a foreigner, and obviously I'm a Filipina.
Yeah.
During our dating, have you ever given me an allowance?
No.
Have you ever given allowance to your ex-girlfriends? Filipina ex-girlfriends?
Yes.
And what was your experience about giving an allowance?
For me, it was more to test them. It was to test them and see how they would be. That was my intention. So when I gave them the allowance, they generally took advantage of it. And then I knew what the situation was. So it was more of a test.
So why you didn't give me allowance and test me then?
Well, I did, actually, if you remember.
You did, actually.
Yeah.
It's not really an allowance because way back then when we were still dating, obviously we started our relationship online first before we met. So August 14 was the date when he asked me to be his girlfriend. And then it was still like on and off lockdown that time. And then we've decided to meet up like around October because it was my birthday. And then apparently it didn't happen because of the lockdown. And then few months after that, we planned to meet up again. So during that time, the boarding in the Philippines was still closed. So basically, there's no foreigners that's allowed to enter the Philippines unless you're married to the Filipina or you have an immediate family in the Philippines. So, getting married online is definitely not our option because I personally don't want to do it as well because I don't want to rush the relationship. Number one tip is do not rush the relationship. Number two, when it comes to finances, it's up to you how you will handle it. But anyway, so after a few months, we've decided to meet up. But since he cannot go inside the Philippines, we plan to go to Morocco because that is the only country that I can go easily that is open that time. So what he did, instead of him booking the ticket for me, he sent me the money. How much did you send again? Wait, he sent me 300,000 pesos. And then, as soon as he sent me that money, we were trying to book the ticket. And then, as I was trying to book the ticket, my aunt and my grandma stopped me because number one, they were worried that I will get out of the country and meet this random guy that I haven't met before. So they were so concerned about it. And then number two, lockdown happened again. So it means way back then kasi Filipinos can go out of the country. So the rules and regulations way back then is constantly changing every day. So as I was trying to book the ticket that time, Duterte just suddenly announced that it's lockdown again and you can't go out of the country. So basically, I didn't book the ticket. And what's gonna happen to that 300,000 pesos?
Whoosh, gone.
So, if I'm that type of person that, I got the money, I haven't met this guy, so I can just simply ditch him. I can just simply ghost him and take the money, and then I can spend it whatever I want. Because it's a big money. Like, it's lockdown. No one is earning that type of amount in just one day. Don't get me wrong, I was working that time as a banker, and I'm used of handling a lot of money, which is not really my money, but my client's money. So what I did that time, I was trying to go to the bank so that I can deposit the money towards UK account. But I can't because it's lockdown, everything is closed. I was trying to do it online. Apparently, my bank, which is BPI, only have a transaction limit of 50,000 pesos a day, and then you could not easily transfer it online via online banking because it's going to the international bank. So way back then, I was not aware about the other money transfer online aside of PayPal. So what I did is every day I transfer him. I can't remember how much is the exact amount because obviously in PayPal there's also a transaction limit, isn't it? So that you will not be blocked. That is an anti-fraudulent activity to make sure that it's really used doing those continuous transaction. So it took me 1 week for me to transfer all those 300,000 back to his account. So basically, I returned the money, and then I was just like, I just don't want to have that money in my account because I don't want him to think like, she just want the money from me because I'm a Western, this and that. Because that's not, basically, mentally, emotionally, that is not what I'm looking for. So that was just a little story about the finances way back then when we were starting.
We weren't just starting.
Huh?
It wasn't just a couple of weeks, was it?
What do you mean?
We hadn't been seeing each other all for just a couple of weeks. It was longer, wasn't it?
No, I mean, I didn't say it's a couple of weeks. We haven't met each other for months and months. I mean, we really never been together in person. So I can just simply get the money and run off. No. So that was just a test. I mean, I didn't think about that it was a test. But me personally, I don't really have an intention about the money.
I could tell that though.
Huh?
I could tell that.
And ever since, we've been like in LDR for how long, babe? 3 years, I think. 2.5 or 3 years. Ever since, I never demand any money from him. Like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this. Because I was working, number one, I have my own source of income. And number two, if he wants to provide, I would prefer him to take an initiative to provide. Not like me demanding for him to provide. So that is the difference.
Anyway, you're earning your own money anyway, weren't you?
Yeah. But if I'm not earning, I don't know. But if I'm not earning, it's so embarrassing. Especially if you are not really like together. Hot chicks, baby, you see that? The driver of the Toyota pickup truck is a hot girly. Did you see it?
No.
She got a nice boobs. Shut up! So we're heading to the hardware. That's just a little story. I'm just so talkative
What,
today.
the hot chick with the boobs?
Hot chick with the boobs.